Today in our headline story, jury selection for the trial of Ahmaud Arbery's killers has begun. February of 2020, Ahmaud Arbery, a black man who was going for a jog in Glynn County, Georgia, until he was hunted, ambushed, and killed by three white men, Gregory McMichael, Travis McMichael, and William Roddy Bryan. Gregory and Travis physically accosted Ahmaud while William Bryan filmed the hunt and murder of Ahmaud. When the first panel of potential jurors were sworn in and asked if they had any negative feelings about the modern-day lynch mob of three white men, more specifically Travis McMichael's, shockingly, 12 out of the 20 raised their hands. Who the are the 8 people that were like, nah, I'm still deciding whether I don't like him or not? He tracked down a black man and killed him for jogging. The jury's out on this Pun intended. Case closed. Pun intended. Take the racist murderer to prison. One of the prospective jurors said, a man died, so I have a pretty negative feeling about that. I don't feel very good about him. No, you don't say. That should have probably been the obvious news of today. If I got to be the interpreter in all of this flat court etiquette quoting, I empathize with this woman and more. I'd be insulted just by Travis's lawyer asking me the question if I had a negative feeling about him. I'd be like, are you projecting right now so you don't feel alone in the room? Racist lawyer. One of the potential jurors was a white woman who attended a segregated school from first grade to high school and questioned why William Bryan was recording the murder hunt. Now, she said this for one of two reasons, and this might get a little bit weird, so bear with me. One, she said that because, committing an act of violence is really bad and you shouldn't be filming that. You should be trying to help that person. And filming an act of violence is an act of violence in and of itself, so that's messed up, y'all. Or two, she said that because she was thinking, well, we never filmed ourselves being racist back in the day. Why would you do it now and implicate yourself? Shh, we don't talk about White Club. Holy there are white people in today's world that have gone through an entirely segregated school experience. Ed Graff, we're not talking about you. Tune out, get out. Ed, leave, go home, go back to Alaska. So, while that's underway, it's also important to note that in September, Jacqueline Johnson, the former chief prosecutor for the Brunswick area who briefly handled the case, was indicted for obstructing a police officer and showing favor and affection to Gregory McMichael, who previously worked in her office. Remind you of anyone? Mike Freeman. Oh, it's a horrible cough. It's been around for the past 15 years. Let's all take into account that these 3 white Klansmen might be walking out of jail had it not been recorded, which is a question we should all be consistently asking. How many weren't filmed?